What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Obviously, tonight the Anaheim Ducks clinched the division with a big win over the San Jose Sharks. Congratulations to the Ducks. And there's one question that I think has been lingering. I didn't have it until announcer John Gibson was starting. Is who will start in the playoffs? I thought it was a foregone conclusion. It was going to be Jonas Hiller, but the fact that they've gone to Gibson back-to-back games, including this one tonight that just clinched the division against the San Jose Sharks, a team that's right on their heels, kind of changes everything. I think, is Hiller in Boudreau's doghouse? That's a possibility. There's really something to think about, with the circumstances right now. And, I think having Gibson up shows maybe they're going to roll with him. And if I had to bet my money, I'd say Jonas Hiller goes game one. But Gibson's there, and he's given up 2 goals in 2 NHL games. You gotta kind of think about riding the hot hand. And again, I don't just come up with this stuff. I mean, I do, but in terms of the writings on the wall, most coaches do everything they do for a reason. Did they bring up Gibson just to push Hiller going into the playoffs? Possibly, but why start him back-to-back games again, including tonight that was to clinch the division? That's the million-dollar question. If I'd go with Hiller just on experience, but I'd have Gibson there ready to go because he's proven he can win at the World Junior level, at the AHL level. He's been awesome this season, and at the NHL level, again, you give him 2 games, he's 2-0 with a 1 goals against average. I think with regards to pushing Hiller or spotting Hiller, I would have brought Gibson up earlier in the season for that. His play was spectacular all year long with Norfolk at the AHL, but if you're gonna try to push your number one goalie, why not do that sooner in the season as opposed to a week before the playoffs start? And that's something to think about if you're Anaheim. But again, they got 2 games left, one against Los Angeles, one against Colorado. I'm assuming you split them. That's something to think about as well. But again, both those teams are playoff teams, and teams you might see in the playoffs. So I don't know if Boudreau's doing this intentionally or if it's just a byproduct of Gibson playing very well. But when he had to figure, there's a possibility Gibson might be awesome when you brought him up. So again, I don't know what's going on here when the puck drops for the playoffs next week with Anaheim. Anything could happen. So. And to talk about Gibson, I mean, the Montreal Canadiens, that Ken Dryden back in 1971, that helped them win the Stanley Cup. I think he had 6 regular season NHL games under his belt. Went in the playoffs, beat the Bruins so handily, and then helped them win the Stanley Cup in '71. We saw that in Montreal in 1986 with Patrick Roy. We even to a certain degree saw it in Carolina in 2006, where they benched Gerber after falling down 0-2. Cam Ward went in and stole the show and won the Conn Smythe, but is that a possibility like that? I don't know. My thing is, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But maybe Boudreau's seeing something I'm not. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say about it. Anyway, that's all I got in this episode of the Power Play with CJ on Anaheim clinching the division. And what does it mean for Gibson in the playoffs? Stay tuned for episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.